Aloha, welcome to the Sproutstanding podcast. I'm your host, Tom Whitmire, and today, as always, we're going to be talking about healing from chronic illness, mystery symptoms, autoimmune diagnoses, and also talking about weight loss. And my guest sitting next to me today is Greg Scott.
Wow. I'm gonna start behind the scenes. I already did my consultation with Tom, and then he explained the course to me. Now I'm about to do the intake and really get deep and emotional and come clean about some stuff and find out some deep details about the course to really inspire me to go forward. Welcome to That Life podcast. I'm over here with Thomas Whitmire.
Aloha.
Phenomenal man. He's helping me with my health journey. He's helped so many others before me. And what we're doing today is you're going to give me my intake. So tell me a little about what that entails, what's going to be going on. And once a client has done a consult and you went over the course with them and you're getting specifically involved with them, what goes on, Thomas?
All right, so this is, you've gone to Sproutstanding.com, you've enrolled in the course. We did just a quick initial intake. So today is when you are going to enlighten me and tell me your story. So you're going to tell me about your weight loss journey, where you're coming from, where you've been. You're going to tell me about your chronic illnesses that you've had, these like mystery symptoms that some people have, maybe wavered before calling autoimmune or saying it's genetic. But what are these mystery symptoms that you're having? You're going to tell me about, where you're coming in life, which emotional struggles as opposed to just the physical struggles in life. And I'm hoping that today that we can get really emotional and you can pour your heart out and we can both just be as truthful as we can be.
Wonderful, Tom. I'm excited. So I'm all yours, Tom.
All right. Well, let's go to the form. I filled your name out already. So Greg Scott, Hollywood Beach, Florida, phone number, your email, and your age. But let's start with you telling me your age, your birthday, and how you feel for your age.
Okay, so I'm 51. I was born January 17th in the year not even 2000, I wish, 1973. I came to this planet, and I mean, at times I feel good. I'm lucky I live in South Florida. It's got nice weather, got access to the beach and the nature, but got caught in the workings of life a little bit, and I'm kind of just feel beaten down, distraught. There's been situations where I've self-sabotaged myself. There was situations where I wasn't prepared enough. There was times where other people wronged me. There was times where there was a catastrophic event and everything got blown over, and there was just freak accidents. So basically, I've run the gauntlet of mistakes, and and I'm a manifester. I get excited. I got good ideas. I want to include people. But for some reason, things go south, or people want to go a different way, or they're just thinking about themselves, and my plans never materialize how I want them to be. And then there's the hurt and the shame and the fear and falling back, and then the regret, and then that's spinning in my head for a while. And even though I do make a conscious effort to go out in nature and listen to birds and trying this course with you, emotionally spent, negged out about the past, can't get over it, and it's affect my my energy, my health, and everything I want to do. And kind of like the innocence of life has been removed, and things aren't as fun, and everything seems more like an effort now. And that's why I just want to pour my heart into this course, be as natural as possible, be open to new ideas, and kind of just make all that evaporate and win.
Okay. From that, we'll elaborate that in a bit. But let's stick on, what is your occupation currently? So you hinted that you may not be.
Well, I have a conventional sales job. So sales is sales. The good thing is I do get to travel, and so I'm outdoors, and I get to do some stuff there, and I meet nice people, and I'm not like stuck in an office. So that's good. But it is a lot of driving, and that wears me down. And and I do have aspirations of getting myself healthy and I believe once I figure it out, I can relay that information to people in a fun, entertaining way that in non-invasive to them with a wink to the audience, they're going to want to pick up some tips and they're going to want to do it. So I love the whole holistic field. I get by on the conventional job, but it is a lot of driving, which adds to my fatigue. And, because now I'm preparing my own foods, that I need time for that. I need time for exercise. And I need time to organize. So it's kind of like, these are all things I want to do, and then it just doesn't seem like there's enough time in the day. But like I said, with the course, I'm open-minded, and I will take a step back, and I will listen to the advice you give me, and I will take my stuff out and try to come to a schedule where I can just balance everything. And something I wanted to talk to you about was sleep. I wanted to start scheduling sleep. That's something people usually do when they finish what they got to do for the day. But I need you to tell me how many hours I need, how dark I need to make it, where my devices need to be to have the best quality sleep for the right amount of time. And then when I re-enter my life, to budget and plan and put goals on all these other things to get them in perspective to win. So I'm looking to achieve actually all this out of this course.
Good. Well, when we do a lifestyle makeover and we actually do a walk through your condo, maybe we can start with your sleep environment, what products you're taking, what products to avoid, how to handle and create the darkness, and find that optimal level. So we could definitely start there. As far as occupation goes, you have a conventional sales job. What is it that if you could have any profession in the world, or none at all, what would you be doing?
I mean, I love unlocking health and vitality and longevity and sustainability. I see the world changing, and things kind of get shoved down our throats, or maybe quality decreasing just because volume and profit margins and all that stuff come into a play. So my passion is to bring in an awareness of how to live healthier, better, smarter. That's better for our future and all that's on this planet that we share it with.
Okay. Well, if I were to predict an answer to that question for you, I would have said filmmaking or
Yes, we can die.
producing. Like, is that your special? Does
Yeah,
would you want to do that as a career, or is that a
yeah. Well,
special
that's the
interest?
way. No, that's the way. If I can, that's the way I can capture it and bring it to the masses. So the bottom line is, but I got to be proof of concept my first. I can't be a hypocrite just chasing some story. So I want to do it myself first. But when I show that I can do it, and then I can show others to do it, and especially, everything has to be fun. You have to be excited about it. You have to have inspiration. You have to have that childlike enthusiasm. So instead of telling somebody or begging them, show them that there's something fun and exciting going on in health, and that they could pick it up and they can go down the rabbit hole in a good way. And like I said, we all collaborate to share our stories to make it easier for the next person. So as we're doing the documentary Optimum Health, I hope people get inspired by it, and we could do more content, and we could actually do a show that's a transformational show where we take person A, whatever state they're in, whatever they're going through, we add this lifestyle, we make the changes to their house, we show them how to change agreements with loved ones and family so they are supportive and maybe they can benefit from it. And then we show the end of how they're living amazing, growing, thriving. So a transformational reality show, once our Optimal Health Doc takes off, would be my dream life. And I'm excited for you to help me on this journey.
All right. So we found kind of what your if we circle back and ask you what your passion was, that would be a similar answer.
Yeah, just
What is your marital status currently?
so I'm single, dodged a couple bullets, middle life man, 8 months pregnant, no due date. So it's like you're basically carrying a baby with no mother, with no due date, and it's hard. So yeah, I'm single, and I just kind of just gotten it out on my own, and haven't really found a way, and and things haven't worked out. And I'm at a point where I just want to be healthy, and then I want to be able to show up in my environment and for people in a very unique, special, inspiring, fun way, and then I'll attract friends, business acquaintances, and loved ones.
So you are looking for a partner, or you've given up?
At points, how I've been living, it's been so tough, and I feel behind the eight ball so much that it's like you think in your mind it's easier to give up, or you can't even figure it out. But I'm inspired to go in this lifestyle. I'm inspired to get my energy, my figure, my mind back, and I believe I can meet someone phenomenal out there that could really enhance my life because I do need a woman's touch.
So you have hope.
I do have hope, and that's why I'm here, Tom.
Great. I'm glad that you have hope for a brighter future, and that you're not using, being single in your 50s as a to add anxiety or any sort of depression to your life, unless you tell me that it does.
It has been day to day, but going forward, I know I could be so healthy that I fool the tricks of time, Roberta Flack style, and I look great, shave, feel 10, 20 years younger, and then I could kind of like let those years not be wasted because I'm going to live longer because I found out later in life that there are options. So no matter what point you are in life, I don't care how old you are, you could always get good information to be healthy or figure out how to apply it in your life and then win with that. It's never too late. So, and I'm an example. So yeah, I may be in my, early 50s and things may not be going the way I want, but I have confidence that I can eat healthy. I could feel amazing. I could show up different. I can make acquaintances and loved ones and live the life I always dreamed of. And that, negative thinking is in the past.
Greg, do you have any offspring?
No children that I'm aware of. So
I
single
prefer you
guy.
just say yes or no.
No, I don't have any children. Like I said, no children, never married, just living life the best I could. I used to be like overly positive. Some of that has just lost a little bit, just being beaten so down. But that's why I'm looking to make this extreme change and really have the positive. So all that negative thinking is working a little bit for me now because it's like, I'm not like, oh, I'm going to try it just because someone told me to try it or I tried everything. No, everything's failed. I hate how I'm feeling and I want to do something different. I know this is a natural path and I'm open minded to eat and the foods that you tell me and get the supplements you tell me and do the exercises and really get my life back. So the good news is, day to day, I've been hurting, but because I know how that felt, I'm committed now and I'm ready to do what I got to do.
All right. Glad to have your commitment. What is your living situation? If you're single, you have no kids, what is your living situation? Is it where you want to be?
Yeah, so I actually, I live in a really nice place. It's near the ocean, and I do have the capabilities to go out there every day, and I got to take more of it. And like I was walking on the beaches in the ocean, but like in my current state, like my mind's been somewhere else. I couldn't even like take it in and enjoy it. But you know what? It's nature's a miracle, and wherever you live, if you can find a spot and just go in it and relax and decompress and get away from the day, I appreciate it. But yeah, so I live in a good spot. It's like a beach town. It's very laid back. It's like, I always joke that, I live like the island life. And every time I got to cross the bridge and go to the mainland, that's when the pain starts again. So I hate leaving this place. And I do love where I am. I just have to get to a point where I'm feeling healthier. I'm doing the right things. They're coming at least easily, or there could be struggles involved with it, but at least the time and what's involved in a daily day is manageable, and I can get the right amount of sleep, and I can recharge, and get to a point where I journal and document everything and put together goals, and that's kind of like my playbook, and that's kind of like a fun accountability, and then I could take that, put it into direct instructions to myself and anyone who wants to be involved with me and win. So I do love where I live. I'm single with really no attachment. So if I can like clean this up, I can like snap my fingers and go forward right away. So nothing's holding me back in that sense. So I heard for the past that I've suffered, but I'm excited for the future I can have on this lifestyle because I have a good place to live. I'm single and I'm ready to go.
All right. Excellent answer. How tall are you?
5'10".
So some of these are, What's your current weight right now?
Probably 225.
What were you 1 year ago?
I don't know. I was working. You were here for a minute when we first met, and we got down, I think, 20 pounds to 199 before you had to
Okay.
leave. So
And
I
then what is your ideal weight?
175.
175.
Yeah, I want to be even 170 if it looks good, but I want to be shredded. I want to be able to see my abs, and I want to, you know, detox out anything I don't need and just feel amazing and drive. So yeah, I've been that um, weight a couple times in my life, but what it took me to get there was a lot of work. The 2 or 3 times I got down to 175. I mean, like working out was a full time job and very cautious of what I ate and stuff like that. So, I'd like to do it naturally on your lifestyle the right way, and it just kind of goes to that as opposed to some extreme thing that's not sustainable.
Well, I would like you to get to that point, and when we get to that point this time, we're not going to use any exotic cleanses or some long-term fasting. We're not going to do a cleanse that pushes your body into shoving out a bunch of toxins all at once because I don't think that's healthy. So we're going to do a slow and gradual um, loss of weight. We're also going to do it, by changing your lifestyle. So it's not just going on a diet; it's making a lifestyle upgrade, and that's going to help you lose the weight. And then we're going to fix your mental health as well. And I think that all combine to give you long-term results. And you don't have to do the yo-yo of up and down and always feel like you got to announce to the world that you're starting, a new diet or this is day one of your journey. How willing on the screen here? How willing are you to modify your lifestyle? With 10 being extremely willing.
10 plus
All right.
affinity, man. I'm ready to go, man. I mean, that's the good point of my situation right now is I'm at that point.
Do you have a daily level of pain? So is anything that we're talking about painful physically?
Yeah, I mean, I've been carrying a lot of weight, so sometimes, my back might hurt a little bit. Just the mental pain of thinking of all these negative thoughts of things that haven't worked out from the past. That's been a burden. It's been eating me. Um, so, um, so there's been some levels of pain, but I think with the lifestyle and continuing to be in nature and exercise, I think that could subside. So I'm confident.
Well, if you had to put a level on your pain today, with 10 being agony and 0 being no pain.
Well, today not bad. Maybe like a 3. I mean,
Okay.
just carrying and an extra 50 pounds right in your gut completely. It kind of like your back arches over a little bit, and it's uncomfortable at times, and it's not fun. But I'm very positive. I'm going to stay confident that I can completely heal, and I'm going to keep that thought in my mind. So I'm open to it.
All right. So, what is your current primary health diagnosis, symptoms, concerns, and/or medical history?
Well, weight, and being bloated, and just feeling uh, so heavy that you can't move, and you get lethargic into what feels like a chronic fatigue. Especially, I told you I do a lot of driving, so at some point I just want to like conk out. Also, my eyes have been horrible. And that affects my quality of life because I'm not seeing good through that lens. Everything's like blurry, and then my mind gets blurry, and then just feels like blurry and distant and far. So I definitely want to work on that. And also on top of that, I've had some dental problems from all the stress that grinded my teeth. Dental is a situation where you don't want to have infections in the mouth to really start a problem that makes it worse. So between the dental and just giving myself a hard time and living in like kind of like guilt and fear and pain and shame, to carrying the weight, to the eyes and the teeth, that's basically kind of made up my existence. And at times feeling like I'm just dragging my body around and I'm forcing myself to do these things, and it's just like more work that I even want to do or something I'm not excited about. And then it takes all the joy out of the day. And then it's kind of like, why am I doing this? What's the point? And, thoughts spiral down from there. So I am hard on myself, but I am excited to just uh, turn that off, try to make it evaporate, and just dive into this lifestyle and get some of these revelations and put them into practice.
To dive deeper on that, do you have any other mystery symptoms? Let's start with skin, external. Do you have any skin? Is there any blemishes, spots,
Yeah, so
bumps, bites?
recently I noticed on my stomach some areas that look like black and blue. So I didn't know if that's just from my stomach stretching or a leaky gut or just making up things, but you just don't know something or just blood is leaking out into it.
There are dark spots on your belly?
Yeah, like
Are you
right.
showing it to me or are you showing it to the camera as well?
I'm trying to show it to everybody if possible. I think that's it. Put the screen down for a second. So right here, I feel like I'm getting these like dark things, and I don't know what they are. So that's a little scary. But like I said, I'm all in on this optimal lifestyle, so I think I can deal with that. But yeah, skin from that, maybe like an athlete's foot's always been like a thing. Um, my skin, I've always been pretty lucky with. Nothing really bothering me there or anything else I really noticed. So I've always enjoyed the sun. I try to get some, but not overdo it at the same time. So I've had a good consistency with the skin. And the only thing that might be holding me back is what I'm noticing on my abdomen area.
What about medical history? Do you have any? Have you had a heart attack, stroke? Have you been diagnosed with any?
No, none of that. None of that. No heart attack, no stroke, no broken bones, no real procedures. A couple stitches here and there, but nothing crazy. So I've been lucky to avoid um, anything like that. But I've slept on a lot of couches and a lot of floors, so I've abused my back some from doing all that. But I got like achy, squeaky wheel type things going on, between haven't been doing too much exercise too lately to just, letting myself age out. But something I'm excited about the course is to have more energy, to be more motivated, and then to try to work it out. Another thing, like I said, the driving is a lot. So what I got to start to do is like every so often when I'm making a stop between all those drives, I got to do some stretching. Because what happens in the past, what would happen for me would be I'd be driving. I'd pre-make my food, so I'd have that available. I'd be eating it, but I'm getting tired. I'm seeing signs for these restaurants, this and that, and then my back really hurts. So if something gets out of line, and then that's when I would fall off the deep end, and I'd crave something bad, and then the whole day is shot. And then I kill myself on top of that with guilt, shame, fear, and just being upset. So, but the bottom line is just learning little hacks between things that are bothering me. That's what I'm hopeful for in this lifestyle, and that's why I'm inspired. So, as bad as things have felt, as bad as things have gotten, I'm looking for the bright spots right now. But I just want to find situations. So we toured my kitchen there, and in my refrigerator you saw I bought all the fruits and vegetables, and I did some prep work on some like carrots, apples, papaya. So if I'm hungry, I can grab something right away. If I need a drink, I can get a drink. So I'm creating little catches to help set me on the right course, and I get dehydrated or hungry, or someone tries to put me in a position where to do something that will not align with my long-term goals with this optimum lifestyle.
Let's circle back and let's stay with something you said. Can you be more specific when you say that you crave something bad?
Yeah.
Wait, can you be more specific? What is the bad, and do you act upon this?
I have in the past. I haven't. I've been a yo-yo.
Well, tell us in the past. Tell us in the past.
I mean, it could be anything on my mood. I mean, it could be, so I'm eating, it could be anything from some pastry from a gas station to a fast food item. So it's like, And then once I break the seal, I'm like a crazed lunatic. I just got let out of jail. It's like you break the seal and you can't wait for the next thing. You know it's wrong, but you do it harder, and you know you're going to feel bad later, but you don't care in the moment. And then you do it, and then at some point, my body shuts down. I've never been diagnosed, but diabetes, could be something I'm dealing with just because I've had sugar. A lot of those, a lot of those things could be. And not always, it's either bad fast food or it's like sweet cravings. So I can go from a pastry to a candy to a gum. I could have a 3-course freaking sugar bonanza, and it's something I'm triggered to do in the moment. But once it hits me like a rock, I just want to like go into a diabetic coma and shut down, and I don't care what's going on. So it's been sugar cravings with multiple sugars. It's been different foods.
Specifically, what is it? Like you get a sucker, you get a Little Debbie's oatmeal cookie.
Well, it could start with, no, it probably starts with a pastry like a chocolate donut or like a big cookie,
From where? From where?
it could be like the gas station, let's say, or like the chocolate cupcakes with the filling on it. You could start with something like that. Then you can graduate, to a candy. I mean, in the past, peanut M&Ms, or when my teeth feel good, you could do a Butterfinger, or Milky Way Mars, whatever. So you get a little like double chocolate there. Could be a soda in there somewhere in between. And then once you're done with all that, you feel good. There could be a nice lollipop. I used to love the lollipops with the gum inside, or the straight, chewing gum. So I just rot out my teeth, and I go on a sugar high, and then at some point I shut down. So it depends on my groove, but it could be sugars, or it could just be, like a heavy Italian meal or a fast food burger joint or a random pizza place, and you just getting like multiple courses to go: burgers, pizzas, calzones.
I see you really enjoy thinking about this and speaking about it.
It's been something.
What is it
Fried
about
fish
that
days.
food?
I
What
don't-
is it about that food that you get from that you can't get from the papaya that you said you cut up the
I don't know.
papaya
Probably
and
it's just
put it
first of
behind
all,
it?
your eye, your mind goes where your eyes go. So your eyes see it, and then I've had the positive sensations in the past of eating it. So you have fond memories of it. Then you're seeing multiple signs or commercials for it. Then I'm getting like tired and weak, and then it's just like so heavy that it's just like a binge eating emotional experience, because I'm like out there driving around, but I'm tired and I'm exhausted, but I'm far from home and I got many more stops to go. And at some point, it's like you throw your hands up in the air, and then you just go into this like eating bonanza of horrible stuff. Um, is how I've been. But now, like I said, because I'm doing this with you and I'm accountable, that's a big part of it. So, saying you're going to do something and then keeping your word, when you break your word to yourself, you kill yourself. You don't mean to. You're just in the bad routine. You're on the wrong frequency. You're on the wrong vibration. Something, or But what I got to do right now is I'm really going to make an effort not to fail, and I'm very open-minded to finding solutions along the way that can make things easier. I don't want to live in a life of resilience or discipline. I want to be excited about what I do, and I want to do it the best I can in a fun, loving way. And anyone who's willing to listen, I want to share those things with. So the bottom line is, I'm open-minded and I'm motivated, and I'm accountable. Before I've kind of just let myself creep back in. But now, like I'm saying, looking back on those experiences. I noticed that I got to see what's happening in that moment, and how do I either change it, make it a better experience, or take breaks in between, so I can slay through those hard times and go to the good times. But the good part about our point right now is I'm very motivated. I know what's happened to me in the past. I don't want to repeat it, and I'll do everything to go forward.
All right, let's keep grilling on the specifics of what do you specifically mean when you say you grill yourself, you blame yourself, and then you punish yourself.
I'm just thinking in my mind, oh, if I should have done this, I should have done that, it would have worked out. And I put all this effort in, it took all this money, and now I'm behind the 8 ball, and all this didn't work out, and I have to start from fresh. And it's always a come up. And then it's like you try to collaborate with people, and they go sideways on you because they're only worried about themselves. And it's just like a lot of failures or things I've tried to manifest, even with good intention to help others I'd be working with that have common themes that are uplifting to everybody. They just like fall short, and they're just like, and sometimes the failures are freaking epic. And it's just like, I'm stuck here. I mean, like you said, I'm lucky. I love where I live and I can kind of walk around, but I'm still almost like a zombie. I'm not giving myself to just letting, I got to let that say, hey, whatever happened, happened. I got the knowledge and intelligence to start fresh now. And if I'll change, everything will change for me. So, but in the midst of that, I've just gone down these rabbit holes and not found any good solutions while I continue to try to eat good and fail or just completely eat bad altogether. And I just, I have to pour my heart into what we're doing here and believe. And, I'm excited for the possibilities and the new revelations I'm about to attain.
I'm going to say, if we're having a breakthrough moment, I'm going to say this. I asked you about grilling yourself, blaming yourself, and punishing yourself for eating food,
Yeah.
the food that you were eating, but you answered not about the food, you answered about other things in your life, and I think those other things are what's eating you.
Yes. Yes.
So you could have told me about the donuts, but I think the donuts are represented by the fact that you try to collaborate with people and that doesn't work out, or they let you down, or they don't reward you, or they don't show you the respect that you made something look easy. You made connecting people look easy,
Right.
and they took you for granted, and then they didn't reward you in their collaboration.
Yeah, or just went forward like, I didn't even help them, or I don't, they just like totally steal. They either try to steal the idea or they try to bury it and do what they want to do. So it gets to that. And I guess the food would be like, just emotional eating. I maybe you can call it that, where you just feel so beaten down, and then you just want to just go off the deep end with that. Like I want to eat the healthy food, and I want to crave it and look forward to it, and that's why you're right. Things are eating me, and I have to find peace, and I have to be relaxed, and I have to stay with what I know is good for me, and then just move forward with positive, good people.
All right, so maybe we can fix you binge eating things that you attribute as yourself saying bad food, fast food, candy food, snack food, high sugar food. Maybe we can eliminate that craving by getting to the bottom of the pattern, the insane pattern of getting in bed with these people in collaborations, addressing some of the failed projects that you've had, and eliminating these people out of your head. The other people, they quote you, the other people that have let you down.
Yeah, you got to move on, man. I want to move on. I want that to evaporate, and I want to start fresh. So I appreciate the opportunity.
I mean, is any time that one of these people that you collaborate let you down, could you emotionally take it out on a piece of watermelon, organic watermelon,
But yeah, why not?
as
I would say
opposed to
interesting
taking it out
concept.
on Little Debbie?
That's it. I mean, I don't think about them when I eat. It's like kind of like a guilty pleasure, comfort thing. But yeah, I could lean into when I am up. That is an interesting concept. That when I am frustrated or something doesn't make sense, whatever it is in life, you can and you have some hunger. I can go to a fruit and just be with it and eat it and take the nutrients and the hydration, and then try to maybe reconsider everything after I digest that. So I like the concept of going to food as a solace and a way to fix things. And I'm going to put that feather in my cap right now.
All right. So yeah, I would say, if somebody's trying to stop smoking as their addiction, they could stop buying cigarettes.
Okay.
They
Yeah.
could stop opening boxes of cigarettes. They could stop touching cigarettes. They could stop lighting cigarettes.
Yeah.
They don't have to stop the smoking of the cigarettes if they stop the prevention, up front. And a lot of times, not having those bad products in your house or being around people associate with them is a very good idea. I'm going to ask you this. What is it that you identify as? Do you identify as a vegan? Do you identify as a plant based food eater? Do you identify as a health guru, a connector? Like, what is it that you identify on? And then do you think that you're breaking that identification at times, or?
Well, I identify. I mean, I love animals, and if I saw one, I'd rather be friends with it than eat it. I'm not a hunter by nature, more of a gatherer. But I also say let's not put labels on anything, so we don't have to identify anything. But ideally, I would like to eat plant-based, and I would like to, look out for my fellow man and the animals and everybody. Everyone has a right to live and be as healthy as possible in this world. But I identify as plant-based, but I could be called a vegan. I wouldn't be insulted. It's just, but I want to eat natural, healthy stuff that grows as opposed to animals. That's my long-term plan. So I identify as that. I identify, at heart, it's all about trying to be healthy and passing that knowledge forward. So, I mean, I believe that's in all of us at some point. For me, I really, have access to farms, through my conventional job and just from research over the last 10 years, from farms to community gardens to grow houses to plant-based restaurants and festivals. Like, I know the landscape of that. I have access to that. And when I can show proof of concept with the optimum lifestyle with you, Tom, I would like to share that, like you said, the documentaries, the reality shows. I would identify with making uplifting, fun, entertaining, non-invasive, informative content with a wink to the audience for fun. Because if it's not fun, it's hard to do every day. But everything could be fun. You just have to figure out how to set it up that way. So I identify as being plant-based. I identify as being a person who wants to showcase the lifestyle and make it accessible to as many people as possible. That's my true meaning in life and where I want to go.
All right. I'm going to go deep here. Ready to go deep?
Bring it.
I've seen you identify as, health consultant, part of the Hippocrates Health Institute. I've seen you co-host people to go there for dinner. And then I've rode with you to another event. Mm-hmm. And one time you pointed at a Kentucky Fried Chicken.
Yes.
And you said, I would go to Hippocrates. I'd eat all this healthy food and identify as healthy, and this is my lifestyle. And then on the way home, I would stop, and you pointed at that Kentucky Fried Chicken. Yep. And what would you order, and why?
So it's just, that's why I was living in a whole twisted world, because I'm like gravitating towards this healthy lifestyle, but I'm living in this conventional world where I have cravings and couldn't make it stick. So on one point, I would go to this wellness retreat and I'd go for dinner and I'd walk around the grounds and I'd feel amazing. But I was just at that point in my life where I would leave there and I was still starving. So it was like, even though I did something great, and then, there's no willpower. So it's just like, go to KFC, get some chicken fingers, some hot sauce, some biscuits, maybe some macaroni, maybe some mashed potatoes and gravy. So you're eating like 5-6 different items, maybe some extra biscuits because they're good. And then I'd have to drive home an hour from there. So I'm like, crushing the food takes up part of the trip, and then I can't wait to get home because I feel so freaking terrible. So there's it's like, and that's what's weird, because you're excited, you're trying to go in the right direction, but then you're hard on yourself when you epically fail. But what it is now is the accountability's got to make it stronger. And if there's things that are tough in your schedule, you got to look at it, from 10,000 square feet up there, and you got to say, how can I do this different? How can I solve this problem? Now, if I was scared that problem would be happening now, I would make sure in the car I'd have, extra melon or papaya or an apple or an orange, and just know, or I make a 32-ounce drink of water. And just know, hey, if I could be hungry when I leave there, so I might have to have a fruit or a drink on the way home to be prepared for that, instead of just saying, oh, I'm at a point where I'm desperate and have to stop. So, obviously in anything you fail and you fail forward, hopefully, and finally now I can do that. And I think some situations where I think back of, which I should review and log now that you're bringing up, when have I failed in the past? And now when those situations come up, because my life's not going to drastically change in 2 seconds, what can I do in that place to solve that problem there? So I think I can plug the hole, and I think I could have extra fruits, and I can mentally be prepared beforehand, knowing, hey, I might be hungry and this is what I'm going to eat, as opposed to it's ground zero, I'm starving, and the closest thing it will do. So I do feel I can learn from my mistakes, and I think I can solve that problem. But I can't express the accountability is second to none. The fact that I'm documenting this, I'm not going to let myself down. I'm not going to make myself a liar, and I'm going to show proof of concept for the lifestyle, and I'm going to share it with the world.
Well, I'm here, and my capacity in this is to give you the tools so you don't get to the point where you've starved yourself all day, maybe, and then at night you have that craving. So we're going to keep you, at maximum nutrition. We're going to keep your brain supplied with fuel, your body is supplied with fuel. And then what we're also going to do is we're going to get rid of those chemicals like MSG that are triggering those cravings. So a lot of times people eat fast food, today because of the fast food they ate yesterday, and it just perpetuates itself. But the chemicals in your food for yesterday are giving you the cravings today, and you have to, make a personal commitment to break through and to let that detox out of your body, which some of it can be, 3 days to 3 weeks. So we need that to get out of you. And then what we're going to do is we're just going to target you with, trying to find that same mouth feel. So, get you eating, dense food like a potato, and then help you find, what sauces we can make organically, without any poisons in them, and, equate that same mouthfeel. But really what I'm going to help you do is find, a psychotherapist that can help you work on those addictions, that cravings, helping you release the tension that causes your suffering with those that you've collaborated with in the past and have let you down, those have not seen your value in the world, or, just those people that are in your brain, eating your brain, and they're taking up space in your brain, renting real estate in your head. We need to get them out of your head and then get you focused and in a clear direction. But I want to stay in this moment, though, by having you elaborate on something else that has happened in your past. When you've said, eating your way to diabetes, or eating your way into, some sort of infection that you probably have that's showing on your belly there.
Yeah.
I know you've had other people in your lives that have been similar age to you that have passed away from maybe eating themselves to a point where they couldn't function anymore. Would you like to tell us about that moment in your life?
Yeah, we all have fallen soldiers, and we're just lucky to keep going. And lost a best friend of mine. He was a brilliant guy. He dropped out of high school to become a stockbroker, and he was so brilliant. He started making more than the parents. And then but he lived like this, over the top wise guy type lifestyle. So he'd take all the kids to a fancy Italian dinners, Godfather style, or he'd take them to Atlantic City. So he was living a high profile life, and he just didn't have the capacity to consider nutrition or eating certain stuff. He was a victim of spending as much money as he could, eating what's considered the highest, quality foods of steak and lobster and exotic stuff to cheap stuff, to burgers and fries and pizzas. He just was a guy who, whatever he did it hard. So he couldn't control his diet, and then unfortunately, he had an infection, and because he refused to really, do anything seriously about his health, and the easiest thing you could do is change what you eat. He just went out on those terms. So, which is more reason, to leave a droplet or a hint of knowledge that you can't, you got to look out for your health. Every day is a blessing, but we are getting older, and it is, the environment's changing. You see the food supply, you got to make sure you get the highest quality. Unfortunately, with companies, they got to worry about doing volume and profit margins and stuff like that. So maybe quality can suffer at some points. And, it's like, how do we vet our own nutritious, healthiest food possible for us that we enjoy eating, and finding the times of day that we like eating them, that we can make it through, let's say, a 16-hour day eating the optimal stuff, probably saving a lot of money, because the expensive stuff, a lot of it is very not good for you. So you could potentially save money, be healthier, be more in control of your life, have an organized schedule. Others, whether they're friends or foes, when they see you thriving and winning and doing better, making better decisions, and not really aging like they are, they're going to jump on the bandwagon. They're going to come to you, and you'll be in an opportunity, when they wake up, to say, hey, this is, I did this, you can do it too. So there's a lot of positives to figuring out this health journey, and everything previously has been negative. And I'm open to the psychotherapy, and I'm definitely going to stay on the foods. And I look forward to learning as I go. Like I said, I think that's a big part about it. And basically troubleshooting every possible scenario certain way. But thank you for bringing to my attention, to write down, when did I fail? Okay, being late on the road before I make it home one time. And then document those times, have my healthy food prepared, and not fall into that, while I get the psychotherapy, while I get the supplements that you recommend, while I'm eating the foods. And I think it's going to take a optimum life of itself. And I'm excited for the journey, Tom.
Good. Your friend was Lanny.
Yes.
I was friends with him through you. He had an infection on his foot. It didn't seem to ever get any better. But he also, he just ate large capacities of bad things. I spent, I spent a holiday with him, and he asked me if I could go pick up half the meal. And he went, the other half came from somewhere else. I picked up half the meal, and it was an entire catering pan of deviled eggs, and the other was an entire catering pan of ham. And it was like the two things that it were like the worst that he could be eating are these, cheap delicatessen pickup holiday items, the deviled eggs and the ham. And it was just heartbreaking to watch him eat that, and then how much of it, he stored away, and that's all he ate for a week.
Yeah.
And then, one day at age 46, he called the cleaning lady around noon and asked the cleaning lady if she could come clean his bedroom at 3 p.m. And when she showed up 3 hours later, he was dead in his bed at age 46. And so, Greg, I say to you, is that enough? I mean, is that story enough to so that you can see that it's not a matter of, oh, I get an emotional high, I get an addiction for a moment, and then it's gone. That this is life or death situation. And when you have a friend that dies at 46, that close to you, and you have to see what it is you see and went to his funeral. I mean, is it enough that you could commit to, hey, I don't want to die like my friend Lanny died, and I need to change. I need to make that change now, and that change is not going to come at the bottom of a brown fast food pack or a Little Debbie's or a Hostess. Are you willing to make that change?
I'm willing. I'm ready. I'm excited about it. I appreciate you linking up with me and to help me showcase my journey on your course. So I'm excited, man. That's as close as home as you get. Your best friend dies at 46 right in front of you. I was in the other room doing a Zoom, and the maid came in. She's cleaning, and then she walks into where I am. She says, "I don't think he's breathing." And I walked in, I saw him, I knew he was gone, but I called the 911. They said pump his stomach regardless. I went for it. They came, and we lost him. All because you didn't take the time to figure out how you could eat healthy for yourself. You can't be dictated by what's presented to you, and just do it, because it's not healthy. So the bottom line is, between that and just the fact that, I'm just not happy the way I'm living. Since I'm 51, age is creeping on. So with not being healthy and doing the right exercises, I'm getting that, chronic type of pains and stiffness as we speak. So with that going on, with Lanny, with the haters, and time marching on, it's been a horrible experience, but the knowledge and the wisdom of knowing that I've had to go through that, and that's part of my journey, and that can all stop here today with this initial intake of really going deep and making me talk about this stuff and bring it to light and giving me the ideas to troubleshoot when the opportunities of bad food came up, and to be committed, and to go shopping like I did today and get the groceries and eat the foods, and eventually I'm excited for the supplements. I think that's going to take me to another whole level. So, I'm all in, and, I just, my past is my past, so I got to appreciate where I've been, and I'm excited to go where I'm going.
All right. Well, I want to make sure that your past doesn't come back up.
I mean, the bottom line
to
is,
bite you again.
I've been suffering so much with this past that it kind of like the faces of these people have kind of subsided, and now I'm just at a point where the blame's been more on me. Like, I messed up, so I got myself in this situation. I'm behind the 8 ball. I got to figure it out. I got to start from scratch. So it's been the last couple of months have been more like that, kind of the direct faces that I used to see kind of like faded out, just because it's like so much time has gone by, and I just put it kind of more on myself, even though, you still do need some cleanup, room. I'm not saying completely gone, but they're not like, they don't dominate like they did. It's just, myself and being critical of myself. But I think I'm going to reward myself now that I'm really making the effort with the foods, even though it's like you said, it's what's eating you. It's not just about the foods, but just using this, like the one thing I can do and one thing I can control is what I put in my body. So I am excited to stick to the curriculum of the proper foods, and then say to myself, you said you were going to do it, and you're doing it. And now, take it to the next level of solving other problems that have been bothering me internally. But there'll be some strength, and there'll definitely be some pride in living the lifestyle. And like I said, I attribute that to being accountable and for you working with me personally. And this is just like, the time is now, and the opportunity is right. And I'm just going to grab that brass ring, and I'm going to break through that glass ceiling. And I can't wait to live my optimum life.
Good. I'm glad. Would you say your primary health goals are what? To reach 175 pounds?
Yeah.
That's realistic.
Yeah, I mean, I mean, that's me completely skinny. I've been it before. There's no reason to carry visceral fat. So, that's what I want to go for. That's where I want to be. I feel like, it's been hard on my back, carrying the extra weight, into my abdomen. And then I want to strengthen my core. So that will come from exercises because I never took the opportunity to really strengthen my core with the extra load on my back. So I'm excited to dive into that. But I want to be 175. I want my eyesight to get better. I want to do, part of my routine is maybe take my lemon water, go outside in the morning, sit on a bench, do some exercise, eye exercises. I'm trying to come up at first light because there's about 20 minutes between first light and sunrise. So I go down first light, I got my lemon water, I do my exercises, maybe some cardio, maybe some breathing, maybe some meditation, watching the sun come up, just really feeling the wonderfulness and the blissfulness and the sereneness and the miracle of life that I could watch the sun come up and a big event to start the day and I can think positive and that way I can go into my day with just such a backbone of positivity and happiness and love that no matter what I face, and initially a lot of the stuff I face is bad because of the situation I put myself in, but no matter what I face, no one's going to put me in a bad mood. No situation is not fixable. If anything, I can man up and deal with something. But to have that morning inspiration and that lemon water and that fruit smoothie and maybe a wheatgrass shot, and then start eating my fruits, and then knowing in the evening I'm going to transition to my steamed vegetables, that I have a curriculum and a meal plan that works for me. I have the inspiration for the morning. I carry that through the night. And then in the evening, write down some of my goals for the following day and just dreaming about them and nothing to do with haters or naysayers, or the detractors. And then just like blissfully revolve in that daily circle of just thriving, winning, healing, feeling amazing, and being about that optimal health life.
All right, great. All right, well, let's keep going on your intake here. It says, when did you first experience these issues, concerns, or symptoms, and how has it progressed? Have we? Does that bring anything to your mind, or do you think you've covered that?
No, let's go through it. Well, the weight, I've always had a weight problem, always been heavy. Growing up, my brother called me Liberty Bell, and he called me Pig, so those weren't fun nicknames, so I had to eat that. Like I said, there were times I got skinny, but those were extreme situations. My eyes have progressively got worse. I think I'm just looking at the phone too much. I see how kids get addicted to that, and it's like a moth to a flame. We just can't keep away from the tablets, and and there's energy coming off that we're consuming that's affecting our makeup inside our own bodies. So that's a fact I want to talk to you about. Where I should keep my tablets in relation to the evening, when I should stop using them. How can I gauge what time it is without looking at my phone in the morning? So I buy more time before I look at it. I just feel like I've been carrying a cell phone on my person for 30 years, and between that and talking on it and being addicted to guilty pleasure content now, because that's been something else I have to look at. My only happiness is like a guilty pleasure content about stuff that's entertaining, but it has nothing to do with the real world or anything that can really help me. So I got to take that out. And one thing I thought of, like by changing my frequency, my vibration, I change everything just like a radio. You could change this, change the channel. So I think doing the right things, having a good attitude, being accountable, I can change that that channel, and I can go to the one that I want to be on, and then all the negative thoughts can evaporate. But yeah, so I really want to improve my eyes, and the devices I think have affected them, and I'm wearing my glasses to read too much, and part of my daily routine that I was elaborating on when I'm going to go out in the morning, I'm going to not only do exercises, but I'm going to concentrate on looking at faraway places and zoning in, birds, clouds, anything interesting I can find, and just reflect and get away from the noise of the world. The weight, obviously, I want to take down. I'll be confident about that when I start, now that I've started eating correctly. Today I would guess consider I just started. Now I got the groceries. Mental engagement, being excited and wanting to go down rabbit holes of things that interest me, and then being organized to like put them in notes that I can follow up on, that I can turn them into, videos or relate them into storylines of similar situations, where I can show where we've had success and we can kind of laugh at ourselves that, yeah, we all basically do the same thing. We all have the same feelings and emotions. But how do we just get a quick laugh, say there's an easier way, and transition that into winning solutions and getting rid of the bottlenecks and the disconnects. So, yeah, I want to get the eyes right. I want to get the weight down. I want to get the mental clarity. I haven't done that much reading, but yet I don't want to like read with glasses, so I don't want to do more glasses. So I got to like figure out how do I strengthen my eyes, and if I'm going to do more reading and note taking, eventually not have to use the glasses potentially. It is very demeaning when I have glasses for far glasses for near, and then when I'm switching back and forth, depending on if I'm reading something or if I'm walking through an aisle, it's very, empowering to just, switch glasses and not be able to see and know if I lost a pair of glasses, I couldn't even do certain things. So I want to get rid of the crutches. I want to feel that I have the capabilities to heal and thrive and win and come up with solutions to do things in a better way. And, I believe that exists. I always have. I just couldn't access it before. And that's why, I was backed up like a toilet and I'd be so hard on myself. But now with all these healthy foods you're introducing me to, we're going to unclog this thing and we're going to keep it flowing for optimal health.
All right, good. I do have some eye exercises, new eye exercises that I'll put you on, and I think that will help. So the eyes, have muscles attached to them, and a lot of times, if you're not using those muscles, they'll atrophy and get weak. And if you start moving your eyes, like you're moving your muscles, your biceps, then your eyes will strengthen. And again, if you're looking at faraway distances, then medium distance, then at close distance, we'll do that. That's to keep them stretched as well. But there is a series of eyes.
That's big because it affects the whole life experience. Because when you're not seeing things clearly and it's coming in blurry, it's like it's going blurry into your mind, and then what the reality is more distorted than it really is, and it's been horrifying. And then, and I've been guilty of just like getting addicted to these devices, man. It just like you just go down a rabbit hole, and a lot of time with me, it's just not like maybe other people's life's so hard. Your only guilty pleasure is to put on something that kind of keeps you baseline, that you don't think about the other stuff. But the stuff you're listening to isn't helping solve that. It just kind of just buying you time to be idle, which doesn't really help you in the end. And then I find myself like going to sleep with like, let's say, a video running. So whatever they're saying is running. I got this device
program running through your head.
Yeah, that
propaganda.
Yeah, so especially if a commercial goes, a lot of times there's a commercial, and then the commercial don't end if you don't click it and you're sleeping. So you can go down the rabbit hole of a commercial, or you could listen to a podcast that can go longer than you want to listen to. It creeps into your dream, or it just distracts you from the things that you really should be thinking about that can enhance your life, make it easier, and put you on a path of least resistance to win. So, I'm really excited to incorporate this lifestyle, the optimum lifestyle, into every aspect of my life, because everything I'm doing now makes me feel horrible, makes me feel shameful, makes me feel pain, makes me feel fear for a horrible future. And that outlook just makes me weaker, slower, hurt more. And it just, it's to a path where I'm just like playing this violin for myself, and I'm the only one listening, and I'm trapped in a box and I can't get out. But, I think the eating and the healthy methods to do stuff that people don't even realize. I mean, some stuff you show me, people don't even realize it exists, of how you can change it. And it's, just because it's conventional wisdom doesn't mean it's the best wisdom. It's just what someone said before you that they put in place, that they made a staple. But we really got to look at every single thing that we freaking do, and we got to say, is this the optimal way to do it? And I encourage people to do it out there. And when you do it and you have a solution and you tell people about it, then we're enhancing each other with information to make it better, as opposed to just taking what's given to us, assuming that's the best, and go from there. We really got to vet everything we do in this world. But when we do it with a good heart and with the passion for nature and what's the healthiest, most natural, I think we'll come together as a community and we'll figure out how to thrive, heal, and win. And for me, the structure of your program, Tom, is helping me do that.
Thank
so
you.
I want to say thank you.
So what's your plan from keeping you going back into this guilty pleasure content and getting sucked into the world of, watching the 1986 World Wrestling Federation video, or watching Bill Shatner on Columbo? Because it's one of the things. I can give up TV. I've given up a lot of things, but that phone, you just get home, you go to the bathroom, you take the phone out, you watch a video, and then by the next thing you know, you're walking from the bathroom to the couch and you got to finish that video, and then the next one starts. I think it's one of the hardest things for a lot of people. I've had a mantra that I try to stick to, that I'm going to tweak and pass to you if you need a mantra.
Yeah, take a mantra, I'll take anything I get.
When you look at your phone, I want you to think, I make the content instead of watching the content. So you want to be a content maker, a filmmaker, have a podcast, and any time that you're watching something on your phone, it's probably not benefiting your life of writing a script or writing outlines or writing down ideas for what you want to see in your documentaries, your films, your productions, what it is that you're working on. When you watch, I like to say Friends on TV. If you're watching Ross and Rachel on Friends, they're not watching TV. You're not watching their TV show about them watching TV, right? They're out experiencing things, doing things, or planning, not killing time on their phones or on the internet or on the YouTube. And we all have to get past that and find more fulfilling things in our lives to fill that void or that space.
Well, the dream is, like, I always like fun and I always like entertainment. So, my dream is, I guess, and like going from unhealthy food to healthy food, instead of, putting out guilty pleasure content, I want to put out innocent pleasure content, which is like, it's entertaining, but it teaches you fun knickknacks and hacks of how to be healthy or how to thrive and win. So I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, and to see how I'm going to take what I find entertaining and what captivates me, but to spin it with my own fun way of making it helpful and entertaining. That's my passion. So I am going to cut that out, and I look forward to you giving me the hacks for everything that go to sleep the ideal way. And I'm going to really schedule my sleep. I mean, that's a great place to start. So it's hard to do this, all these things, but you got to sleep, and where you're sleeping, you schedule it for the first time. You don't just go to sleep as soon as you're done doing everything, and then getting that rest. I think, and not overdoing it with my phone and using it, later in the day as opposed to first thing in the morning, and then shutting it down earlier. So decreasing the hours of it and getting time away from it and increasing my sleep. I look forward to all that stuff. So I am open-minded, and I am prepared to, use my device less, to, like you also said before, plan for times that I failed and ate bad food, to prepare what healthy moods I'm going to have in place for them if that situation arises. So those situations are troubleshooted. And then on top of that, my goal is, I took a lot of my stuff in my apartment out. We'll go through it. So I have stuff everywhere, but I really have to purge, all my old documents. They also occupy space in my mind, and they're unorganized. And I know there's leads and opportunities in there, but to really purge them, get them organized, throw out what doesn't apply anymore, reach out to anyone who I've talked to in the past that align with my goals, and go head first with them. So if I was organized and with good sleep, eating the right foods, troubleshooting any areas I failed in the path, while being organized and documenting this and putting together goals with timeframes on it, I really think I can excel very fastly. I think I can feel empowered, and I can like really, snowball and make up for lost time and be where I truly dream to be.
Sproutstanding. And back to the intake form. What have other experts or doctors told you is the cause or the cure of your issues?
One throughout like Epstein Barr. When I was complaining of fatigue. Um, you know, I- you know, Obviously viruses and their infections are everywhere, and I try to be clean, but I'm not like over the top like obsessive about it. So you never know what can creep in or what happens, no matter what your situation. So from an Epstein Barr to some kind of virus or some kind of thing in my system, parasites, and when I've gotten colonics and candida, that could be a thing, dude. So you have organisms inside you that are craving the unhealthy stuff, and they're trying to control you, so you don't even realize you're battling them as opposed to your own mind based on what you're doing. And then diabetes, just because, with the sugar, I've gone heavy with sugar, and that's been a thing. And, times my legs have felt almost like my limbs were sore off and they felt weak, or like, and then my spine with sleeping on couches and floors, so just a mixture of not taking care of myself, getting on a line, having organisms within me making me weaker with the pressures of living in a conventional world and trying to, succeed and get things accomplished that haven't worked out. Just all that thing, no major traumas that I could recall that would set me apart there. Just the normal wear and tear of an unsuccessful conventional life.
How about have you gone to the doctors or talked to anybody experts or anybody else that you've encountered that have recommended something like a bariatric treatment or like a liposuction or some weight loss drug
Yeah, I mean
like
that's
Ozempic or something
yeah,
like
yeah.
that?
So
Have you gone through that route?
actually, people were not only recommending that what you just mentioned, but they were offering to finance it. Okay, so they meant good, and it sounded good, and the success stories that they were telling me were unbelievable. One guy was taking it for addiction, but ended up losing a ton of weight. The other people are thin, so they made it sound amazing. And I had a perked up ear. Obviously, I ran it by you, and you said just stick to the lifestyle. That there could be a lot of side effects from that stuff, and it's not ideal. So I did that, but people want the quick fix, and that's how life is built. And people have recommended and offered to finance that for me. I've considered lipo in the past, actually a couple times, but I backed out both times. It's kind of like, I've like been an in-betweener. Like I want to be this natural guy, but just as growing up, I considered maybe if there were some shortcuts, but there's really not. So I never went through with the lipo. I've done kind of the other thing, the cold scoping. Cold scoping, I've tried that, but that didn't do anything for me. I've tried abdominal massage. That's fun, at least. At least you get massage, and they're trying to move some stuff around there. Tried lymphatic treatments, which is something that I got to do more of. I've tried colonics. So, there's, it's just you grow up, and it's, you want to be thin, and you think it's so fabulous, and it sucks when you're bloated, and it's not fun trying on clothes, or you're lethargic, and then you're diagnosed as lazy bum. It's heartbreaking, but it's and then the foods that we eat, like the sugars or the heavy fatty meats, and just bring up all kinds of things to make it worse. So it's been hard, Tom, but I'm motivated here, and I'm going to try to slay through all these things that have bothered me.
Great.
At least I've been through the failures, and I have a good knowledge of the failures, and now I'm going to do everything to avoid them.
All right, I'm going to pull out a couple things from there. Is that yeah, it seems like family members, these experts are on this Ozempic. Everything can be cured with a pill and or the generic name or the ones that they've made even more potent than the Ozempic, which is a diabetes drug, which they shouldn't be prescribing off label. And because it is off label, there's no written, history of what this does. But if you reverse search and look for people that have taken this, there's huge side effects because this drug is preventing it. Kind of like they say it's just going to send a signal to stop you from eating, but then it prevents you from uptaking food as well. And then it starts to hinder the liver, it hinders the intestines, it hinders the uptake of food. Then you stop just eating food, and food is fuel. So food isn't just for flavor, it's for fuel. And now you've eliminated the fuel to your brain and your fuel to your organs, and people are having organ failure as well. So, I mean, a lot of the reason that we're sitting here is because I think somebody recommended that and said that they would finance it. And of course, they're not going to finance blueberries, apples, oranges, and papayas, but conventional people tend to finance conventional things. And I'm scared to death of anybody that's taken that drug or will be taking that drug. So I think that you just need to improve your lifestyle, and that you'll have fast results. Because I don't know if we mentioned this, but you did this for a while, and you lost 27 pounds in 6 weeks.
Yeah, you were here. You were on site, and we kind of did a test run of what we wanted to always talk about, which is what we're doing now. And we went for it. Did the lifestyle, 27 pounds, and not even that many weeks. And yeah, the weight came off. I felt great. But now I want to, instead of you helping me and just knowing you as a friend, I want to legitimately go through your course. Like I met you off the street, and I want to document every part of it, and I want to put my story out there. And any tells and how I transform, or what makes it easy for me, or any aha moments that anyone else gets out there, we can share in community, and we can make it easier for the next person. So, my journey is of service because at this point I try to do for myself, and then nothing really works. So I'd rather give myself the service, and I know I'll be rewarded from that.
Well, good. From hearing the list of things that you've been eating recently and some of the dressings that you've been having that have about 6 out of 10 things you shouldn't be eating, I would be willing to bet that you have a large amount of stool that's impacted in your intestines, in your colon, that that slowly is going to release and come out, and that's a lot of weight. And then you probably have a lot of water weight, water retention. And when you said lymphatic drainage, a lot of times lymphatic drainage massage can be a good place to start, because we need to open up that lymph system, and that lymph system is what detoxes out these bad toxins and naturally cleanses the body. And we need to open that back up using massage, lymphatic drainage, quality supplements, superfoods, and then just not putting in the bad things. So the main thing we're going to do is we're going to stop putting in the things that feed infections, that clog up the systems, that clog up your pores, that clog up your brain, that makes you do these bad things and make bad decisions. So we're going to clean that up, and that's how we're going to
Beautiful. I'm excited.
Get your weight down. And then also we're going to treat this as if you have an infection as well.
Yeah, please.
Because I'm willing to bet that you also have a herpetic viral infection, as well as probably a strep infection or streptococcus bacteria. So we're going to do antiviral protocol. We're going to do an antibacterial protocol. But first, we're just going to get your baseline supplements in order, your baseline foods, upping everything to get your vitamins, minerals, amino acids, nucleic acids all in order. We'll do some stuff just to keep the virus and the bacteria levels down. And then once you've established yourself for a couple weeks. Then we'll come in with the higher doses of herbs that are going to kill the viruses and the bacteria. That way, we're not forcing those dead items out of your body when your pathways are not optimally open. I want to stay in the intake mindset and just keep going.
Okay.
So we talked about, what other experts, doctors, and people have said. Have you experienced any success with any of these approaches? We'll just go past that one. I mean, well, I guess we were talking about the success that I will stay on this one. The success that you did have when you lost this 27 pounds is when you were, to my knowledge, what were you doing when you lost it that you had success in the past?
I mean, I would, I'd stay on the lifestyle, no exceptions. And then I was motivated, to exercise and get outdoors and keep moving. So it's just, active, positive lifestyle I was living. And it worked really good. And now you're telling me, because I've been eating some of the wrong stuff, like I've been using.
What was the hinge between the good stuff and the bad stuff?
Say it again?
Was there a moment where you just didn't? Was there a day when you just didn't wash the juicer and then you didn't juice, and then the day that you just didn't clean your bowl and then it just slid? Was there a moment? Was there something that happened? Was there a specific day? Or was it just you slowly went back to what was easier? What was it?
You're saying, how did I go from doing the lifestyle?
You were down 27 pounds. You were at 198 pounds for the first time. Then you went back up. What happened?
IBS, well, Lanny passed away, so that wasn't good. I lost my friend, and that spiraled.
But that was a year later.
Was it? I don't know. We were working. Why did I fall off?
Yeah.
Because I didn't hold myself accountable enough, which I'm doing now, because I didn't document anything. I mean, you got to take it to another level. You got to be at a point where, this is what resonates with me, and this is going to be the most healthiest for me, and I can't fall victim to these distractions called life. Okay? Life has got to be the lifestyle, and then you mold your life around that. So I don't know if it was a particular moment. I don't know what happened. Maybe we went hard for a while, and then you had a customer in Michigan, and you had to go there, or you were babying me. But it just, I was doing it. I showed proof of concept. I went back. I'm where I am now. And I appreciate you bringing that to my attention, because that's got to stick in the back of my head. Like, hey, you got to do this, and, you got to do it and create roots to a point where this is the baseline of your life. Okay. And then you could fix, solve, and repair anything from there, whether it's, body or relationships. So like I said, I'm excited to finally organize my stuff, document it, be accountable, and then starting to see the results, like you said, because I've been eating some of the wrong things. I'm going to get some stuff purged out of my body. So just like seeing that leave and seeing the weight come off and living the moment of optimal health, and always thinking about sustainability and longevity, to be on this planet, to enjoy it for as long as possible, that's got to be at the forefront. So I just, I started to do good. It didn't keep, but I have to take this to the levels of accountability, documentation, journaling, and rewarding myself and reflecting every day.
All right. We're going to have a get real, get well moment.
Okay.
So get real, get well. This is what I really think.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I'm ready, man.
What I really think is that you want to be star of a show where it's documented that you have this, this amazing weight loss journey, and you go on with a camera crew and you go to all these different modalities and healers, and you really crack the code. And during the journey, you're losing all this weight, and then you become the poster boy for weight loss. And now people want to have you at events, and you're the keynote speaker at the event, and you're talking about your journey and how you can help them, and they're going to your website and really see you as this person that influenced them.
Okay.
Is that a vision?
Yeah, now it's time to start living it. I mean, that's what I want to manifest, man.
Well, here's the get real, get well part.
Okay.
I think that it's this process started, and then all of a sudden the cameras went away and the glitz and the glory of it went away, and you didn't have what you considered your accountability from your viewership or your audience or the social media crowd. And then you said, oh, well, instead of subconsciously, instead of maintaining my journey to my weight loss goal and eating the foods that I eat that I know are correct, and doing my fitness and doing everything, what if I ballooned back up on some subconscious level of what if I ballooned back up, and then I got back up to 230, 240 pounds.
Right.
And then when the season comes, then I could hire Tom again.
Right.
And we could turn on the cameras and get out our podcast microphones and do behind the scenes videos and really do it right this time. And this time, the next time, we're really going to capture it, and I'm going to be the hero. Because too many times Instagram has seen you say, this is day one. And here we are again at day 3. So here's the deal, Greg.
Okay. Well, at least the good news is I'm in my worst shape possible, so I'm ready to start at the right place. So that's the good news. So subconsciously, I position myself perfectly, even though I've been torturing myself. But
so I gave you credit.
Tommy.
In my talk, I gave you credit for doing it subconsciously,
Okay.
but I think you did it consciously
Yeah,
too.
both.
So I think it's time right now on camera.
Okay.
Why you have your celebrity moment.
Okay.
To have a get real, get well breakthrough release that this is day 1 to whatever it is. This is the shot. This is the one that you got. There's not going to be another chance. There's not going to be another choice. This is the one. We're documenting it. We'll put it out there. There's no guarantee you're going to be a celebrity or a star. You're going to be picked up on TV. But the alternative is that you won't be alive to see that anyway. So we need to take you're not going to own the New York Yankees and then be the coach of the manager of the New York Yankees, and then put yourself in as the starting pitcher. Right now, you just have to accept, I got to stop my addictions. I have to commit to eating healthy, being healthy. I have to commit to walking, doing my bike, doing my fitness, doing my exercises, whether it gets recorded on video or not. We'll try to record it. We'll try to give you accountability. Your fans will try to give you accountability. But even if it's not, it needs to be you that want to do it, that want to have the accountability, and don't want to have to start this journey again and talk around how this is, round over 100. And if you talk to your niece, she will tell you that every time you start great, and then you lose self-accountability. So she wants you to thrive.
She has a big birthday party coming up in about 2 months, So I got to be fit for that.
So let's
And-
have that
and-
as your goal.
And my cousin's getting married in like 7 months.
So you have a goal to be at a certain weight, a certain level of
Yeah.
health, to fit in a certain clothes. Not that you need that or that's important.
But we'll do
that's,
a weigh in and then we'll track it up and then we'll see what date that is and we'll track it. But yes, this is my declaration though, and Tom's absolutely right. Look, we all go through the same things, okay? We all either self-sabotage, we weren't prepared enough, somebody harmed us, there was a catastrophic event, or there was just a straight accident. We all have these failures, okay? I'm not special. What I got to do and what I'm willing to do is to forget about them, start fresh. The opportunity is now. The only good news, like we said, is I want to be this health testimonial. I'm in the worst shape possible. So at least I got to that point. But there, it ends there. Now it's about maintaining it. It's about being responsible for what I need to eat every day. Try to make it as fun and entertaining and therapy for me to prepare these foods, eat them. There's going to be wins along the way. Oh, I like this food at this certain time. It made me feel good. As I build foods that I like and I get through a full day, then it's like you won because you only have to go about 16 hours of eating healthy, and then you're sleeping and then you start all over again. So I am ready to forget about my past. I am ready to prepare my foods, and I'm ready to troubleshoot anytime I ate wrong foods to have those foods. I'm prepared to get organized. I'm prepared to make lists of things that I learn along the way to implement them into my daily schedule so every day it gets easier. And I'm willing to try this. And I thank you for being my personal coach, for signing me up, for being here, for helping me document it. And at the end of the day, I got to do it for myself to live. But once I show what you've shown for your other clients that I can live, feel better, look better, be healthier, then I can pass that message forward. So thank you for that, Tom. And that's my declaration. And I'm ready to start today. I got a clean slate. Okay, nothing's going to hold me back. I'm going to bend it in the right direction, and I'm going to do everything to win and fulfill all my wants, dreams, desires, hopes, and good wishes that I hope for myself and everyone around me.
It's a beautiful declaration. It would have been a great ending, but let's keep going.
Keep going, man. I mean, I'm learning here, and you're dropping nuggets here, and I'm absorbing it.
So in the program, we do have a whole module on weight loss.
Okay.
So at that point, we will get to the weight loss module with all the beautiful weight loss quotes and the weight loss information and the facts and the figures and what if people have done in the past and how they've got over that and maintained it. But right now we're doing intake. So my question is, have you ever been diagnosed with the shingles virus, Epstein-Barr virus, mono, chronic fatigue, or streptococcus bacteria? Any details?
Well, I had chickenpox in camp 1 year.
Okay.
So that does something there. So, they say that it lives from that. So, I live knowing I got that going on.
So high possibility, not sure, don't have any.
Don't have it, but
recollection.
I know I had the chickenpox, and so
Okay.
and I might have had one breakout one time or something, but I went to a dermatologist, they fixed it.
Are you on any pharmaceutical medications currently?
No.
Are you on any over-the-counter, like aspirin, Tylenol, Advil, Motrin?
No.
All right, great. Are you currently taking nutritional supplements, vitamins, minerals, and herbs you take frequently?
I mean, not really. I mean, I'll drink spirulina, chlorella. I buy herbs to put on top of my salad. But I don't really have a regimen of supplements. That's something I was excited for you to tell me about because.
All right, good. We'll get into that next. Well, we'll get into that in the next show. All right. How willing are you to take new nutritional supplements each day, with 10 being extremely willing?
I'm willing. I'm ready. Ready to try something new, and I put myself in your hands, Tom. So
give me a number.
10.
10. Done. All right. Select items you have consumed at least once in the last 60 days. I'll just say the item. You can say yes or no. Are you ready?
Yeah.
Apple cider vinegar.
No.
Coffee,
Yes.
cacao,
Yes.
red wine,
Yes.
CBD,
No.
nutritional yeast,
No.
olive oil,
Yes.
protein powder,
No.
magic mushrooms,
No.
green tea,
No.
bone broth,
No.
shilajit,
No.
alkaline water,
No.
sea salt,
No.
collagen,
No.
kombucha,
No.
a psychedelic,
No.
fish oil,
No.
MCT oil,
No.
liquid aminos,
No.
essential oils.
No.
Okay, good to know. This is good to know. Do you have any allergens, triggers,
Nothing I know
bad
about.
foods, things that you avoid because they make you feel bad? Anything from cats to
Nothing that I know about that stands out.
catnip? Are you currently on a special diet? Are you just kind
Yeah.
of moving towards this?
Yeah. This
Are you
lifestyle
coming
you're
off
giving
of
me.
anything
What?
that's called, like keto or carnivore or standard American or
No.
raw?
No.
Okay. What do you typically eat for breakfast?
So I have access to wheatgrass. So I would do a wheatgrass shot, and then I'll make a lemon water, and then I take that with me outside as I watch the sun come up. And then after that, I do the celery juice, and then the smoothie, and then fruits until I come to the evening where I'm going to start. I was trying to do like a double salad, but I bought the potatoes, and I'm willing to do the steamed potatoes in the evening
All
to
right.
have something warm and heavy.
Let's say it was the summertime. It was August, and
Okay.
you go to a Sunday breakfast with your family.
Yeah.
What were you ordering then?
So I have that worked out. So this is a success story here. Basically, my family meets every Sunday morning for breakfast at a traditional diner bagel place. And then the other good thing is my dad takes us shopping afterwards. So he helps me get these fruits and vegetables with my sister. They do a phenomenal job, and much respect and love for helping me with that. But what I'll order is when they're getting like omelets and bagels, they do some good vegetables there. So they have these carrots that are they kind of like shave them with like the cucumber peeler, so they're just like thin carrots. So I get a bunch of those, and then I get a bunch of cucumbers underneath it. So I'm kind of like eating slowly, one at a time, like finger food, these carrot sticks, and then these cucumbers. So I'm actually, what was the success in that story is I'm kind of matching them bite for bite what they're eating. So we're like on the same pace. I have something chewy, I have something that fills me up, and I get by the dinner. Now, like we said, troubleshooting so you don't get into trouble. I'll have my lemon water before they go there. If I'm really hungry, I can bring a fruit that I can eat before there. So from the knowledge of the lifestyle, with the experience of troubleshooting, I will bring additional fruit, and I will definitely have my lemon water though. And then depending on how my hunger is, I could have fruit. I could have my lemon water. By the time I go there, I'm on an empty stomach. I'm ready for the carrots and the cucumbers that I enjoy. I finish basically at the same time they do, so there's no awkwardness. And then we just go on to the brunch. So I have troubleshooted a conventional situation with family. Of course, they make fun of me because I haven't shown any results yet, and I'm buying all this healthy stuff, and I'm not going the right way. And that's when they offer the pharmaceuticals to come in as a cleanup. But that's why I knew I needed to get in touch with you, Tom. I needed the full program, the full immersion. I wanted you to do it for me like you do it of someone you meet offline or in person, and to really get the effect. But there are ways you can go to a conventional meal, eat what resonates with you that's healthy, and get away with it by matching them bite for bite. And if it's not enough food and you're still hungry, you can eat before or after that and keep it moving and not fall. Because what they're either eat the eggs and the grease and the fried potatoes and the cheese. and the smoked meats. I mean, something about me on a deep level says that that's not the optimal nutrition that I need to start my day with, especially when I'm trying to relax and gear up for a full week of going to a conventional job where I have to exert a lot of energy. If anything, it makes me want to go back into that diabetic coma and hope that the week never starts. So I don't want to live that way anymore. And I'm finding ways to eat the healthy way, even if I have to go into a conventional situation.
I'm glad you're avoiding those foods, and I'm glad that this restaurant provides you options, even though it's really not a lot of food. But I see you space it out. A lot of times in the past, you can get to the place that you're going to eat and get there early, and then just say grab your waitress to the side and say, "This is how I eat. This is how I need my food prepared. I don't really want to make a big fuss about it
Yeah,
at the table, but when I say I'll have the burrito, I really want it gluten-free, oil-free,
yeah,
sugar-free, with no this, however it is that you want it." It's a lot of times you can arrange that with your the wait staff, and then you just kind of give them the wink when you order, and they bring you the meal that you want with no shenanigans in front of your friends or family who are going to try to chip away at, oh, why don't you just eat it? I eat it and I'm fine type of deal. So that's great that you have a place to go. What do you typically eat for lunch? What do you typically eat for dinner?
So what I've been doing is I've been starting with a salad. So, and I don't make a traditional salad. What you got to do is really you got to organize your fruits. I mean, your vegetables and your lettuces and your herbs and your spices, and you got to really customize this salad to what really would inspire you. Like I found some foods I'd rather have as finger foods. So I'll cut up, let's say, carrots, and I would eat them separate. I don't really like them on my salad, although I did find some organic, like mini carrots I could put on there. But I've started to basically try to go from my lemon water, green juice, smoothie to kind of just like if I'm hungry, I'll eat fruit. But if I can, I just go right to my salad, man. And one problem I've been having is the dressing. I've been using an oil base. We're gonna make some dressings. I'm excited about that. But when I get my salad, I get all kinds of herbs, that I put on there. A lot of sea vegetables I put on there that I love. The lettuce, I cut it up the way I like it. And once I get like a great dressing that's healthy, I'll win. But eating a full salad, knowing I'm getting my greens, and that chlorophyll and all kinds of nutrition from that, like really makes me feel good. So I'm trying to do the lunch for salad. And then I'm not even opposed to really going to double salad, where basically I eat fruits in the afternoon and then kind of even be open to transitioning to a second salad while I put that up against kind of like the potatoes, which you're introducing me to see what I crave for dessert. But just the fact that it's greens and it's even considered more raw in some sense, and it's chlorophyll, and that has amazing nutrients. I'm excited about that. So basically, I'm doing my fluids, I'm doing a salad, I'm bridging the gaps with the fruits, and in the afternoons, I'm going to be playing with another salad, and potatoes, and other steamed stuff like zucchini, broccoli, cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, like you mentioned, Tom.
Good. Yeah, I'm just concerned about that you haven't been getting enough nutrition, because when you make this superfood salad, you're putting a lot of oil in there. So from what I've seen,
Yeah,
you're putting soy oil in there, canola oil, and then it's got the citric acid in it. It's got xanthan gum in it, all kinds of binders and fillers and natural flavors and MSGs.
yeah,
And really, you have this beautiful salad that you make, and then you're just putting a poison on top. And that poison is going to hinder the bioavailability and the absorption of those nutrients. And you're eating that food for fuel, not for flavor.
yeah,
So if we can get you a flavor that you enjoy that helps you uptake that salad and those superfoods, then great. But it's not worth the risk of taking that horrible dressing, putting it on something that's organic and beautiful. Then you think you're getting this
Yeah.
huge benefit, and then you're not. And then your family says, "Well, how come you're not getting it?" And it's the one conventional salad dressing that
Yeah.
you're added to these organic superfoods that's holding you back, and your body's spending too much time trying to rid itself of the poisons in the dressings.
Yeah, and I feel it not working, and I feel I'm not absorbing it, but I feel I'm putting in all this effort, and that's like the one thing that got me to wolf it down. But I'm very open to exploring new, natural, healthy dressings that we can play with. I'm very interested in looking at some kind of either like a ginger dressing or an Italian dressing that's oil free and doesn't have any bad byproducts in it. That's natural. So I'm open to that, and I can't wait to explore
Great.
with that. And I think once I get my salad dressing down, I really got a great head start because, like I said, I really put a lot of detail into the salad of things I like that I know are healthy. You told me to take out, I was putting in like flax and chia seeds and hemp. You told me to take all that stuff out. Those were more unnecessary fats
Yeah,
besides
we're
the
just going to keep it
dressing.
simple.
And so just simple. But I just want that experience of eating that natural, healthy chlorophyll, enjoying it with a healthy dressing, so, you know, and then putting in my fruits in between, having the options of the steamed vegetables or another salad, and then just really, you know, going to bed and concentrate, sleep deeply, and concentrate on healing, not digesting some late night meal that was horrible for
Yeah.
me that stays in there like a snake eating an animal. So
Well, good.
I'm excited about that.
Yeah, we're going to get you on real foods that have real nutrition that really fuel your body and fill, gaps. And then your brain will have the capacity to make smarter decisions all the way around.
Beautiful.
We're going to tune up your mental health. We're going to get you out there walking barefoot in
There you
nature,
go.
on the beach, doing all those great things. And so I think you'll be well on your way. What do you typically have for snacks?
I mean, when I'm bad, you know, it's like the gas station, it's the supermarket, it's the sweets, it's a sandwich, it's a fast food meal. But like I said, I think I'm looking at the snacks as kind of like the fruit. You know, those are the snacks. I buy ripe fruit, I process it, and then I have, you know, Tupperware where I bring, you know, apples, oranges, bananas, melons, all the way from watermelon, cantaloupe, honeydew to papaya. I cut up the carrots. I like that as a snack. So my snacks are, you know, fruits or cut up vegetables that I can just grab and kind of eat them, and you know, not compromise it with another fruit or vegetable, so I can just absorb all that nutrition like one shot and try to get all the goodness from that. And hopefully, you know, that hydrates me, gives me the nutrition, and takes away the hunger. You know, if I'm still hungry, I can, you know, reach for another one, or I try to get the best spring water I can get. So drinking, you know, water. Sometimes I'm just dehydrated, maybe not really hungry, so I play with that a little bit too. But I look as the snacks is kind of the fruits and the drinks, and even, you know, even the steamed vegetables. You know, I have go-tos that I'm willing to prepare daily to bring with me. And a fun part of this whole adventure is like, you know, what part of the day is it? What am I craving? What can I try, like it, satisfy me, feel amazing, and know I have the knowledge in that particular day this thing can plug in usually pretty well, unless you're craving something else. But I would say that, you know, the fruits are going to be my snacks.
All right, I have a get real.
Oh, so here we go.
Andy Roman, shout out.
Let's go.
At the beginning of the intake, I asked you what you ate for snacks, and you listed Milky Ways, Snicker bars, Little Debbie's cookies, Big League Chew gum, stuff from your past. So it's kind of back to this dual personality
Yeah, I did.
that you have, that you
yeah.
go back
Yeah.
between, where at one point I ask what your snacks is, and you call your job at points the conventional job, and then you have this conventional lifestyle where you snack on Butterfingers, and then at another point when I ask you a question what your snacks are, you have this other Greg personality and persona that tells me about how you're snacking on apples and oranges
Yeah.
and that. How do we? I don't want to merge those worlds. I just want you to find a way to get rid of the world where you're eating the Butterfingers and that say you're vegan, but then you eat a pepperoni pizza at lunch break because it's Karen's birthday.
Yeah. No, I mean, you just really, really got to absorb it at a deeper level. Like I said, I'm going to be more conscious of my mornings. I'm going to go walking in the morning, and I'm going to try to make it out every day at first light and at least give myself to sunrise to just be alone and reflect and be grateful and have faith and hope and get empowered and get inspired, swim, breathe, meditate. I'm going to have fun finding how I'm going to like spend that 20-minute window. And as I walk downstairs, drink my lemon water and know that I'm hydrating my brain and I'm preparing myself and just get so deep in love. And because every morning is such a blessing and just to be excited for the next. I'm going to basically take myself to that level, and I got to know, my life tools, you are, we eat, and I have access to this food, and I'm willing to prepare it. And I've thought about times when I did something else, and I'm going to troubleshoot it. So at a deeper level, just knowing this food. So like I said, I drive a lot, and I'm away from home at points, and even though again I get tired and I get discouraged and I get dehydrated. I got to find places like somewhere by trees or in a park, take a couple minutes, stretch, eat what's healthy for me, channel the health and good feelings of that beautiful, blissful, serene, sunny morning that I experience for myself. And, just keep recharging myself with positive foods, positive thoughts, positive energy, positive actions to where the conventional world is different and they're going to say, why don't you partake in this or do that? But I'll always have a fun, interesting alternative that will work in those confines that won't be too abrasive or outlandish that they have to comment and make a big deal about it. Like I could just like kind of, oh, you're doing this? Well, I'm doing this. How do I slide in there, make it fun, make it easy? Maybe there's a comment, maybe there's a question, but we keep it moving because we're still moving in synchronicity, even though we're not eating the same thing and we're not on the same health regimen. And but that doesn't affect our community and how we relate and what we do. And if anything, if they see any positive effects about that, they're free to ask me. But I don't want everything to always be a big production because I'm eating a certain way. So I'm going to take pride in making solutions that kind of like conform to conventionalism while I eat what I want to eat. So like I did at the breakfast with my family, I continue to do that while you conventionally strategize where you're going to meet up with people, what you're going to do with them. If it's on your terms, you can invite them somewhere, and if they're willing and they're able and they want to come, they're going to come, and then you can introduce what you're doing. If it's more on their terms, where it's elder family member or someone of some authority or someone you need to impress and they're doing a certain thing, there's ways you can meet them at their level but continue to do what you want to do and impress them by the way how tactful you are to do it in a way that just conforms ironically into a way that you're on the same path but you're eating different things and it doesn't affect you.
Thank you for testifying. How would you describe your weekly fitness habits? And you can tell me like currently now, or you
Yeah,
can
well,
say,
I was.
and when you were in the zone.
Yeah, I mean, I belong to a gym, but I haven't been going that much at all. I kind of joined and fell off. I was doing yoga consistently 3, 4 times a week. And that the last 3 weeks that completely fell off. That's why I had to call you 911 and get you over here. So the exercise has been completely down. Like I said, I do go on the beach in the mornings and I walk and I reflect and I watch the sun come up. And I've started this morning. I did some wind sprints just to get something going, but I'm not happy with where my schedule is. I got to find a balance between doing exercise where I live, which is close to a beach. So I'm lucky there, and the scenery is beautiful, and you're not in the confines of a structure. To going back to yoga, to the gym, and to other options. So I do need to pick up the exercise because I'm being so disciplined on the lifestyle now, and I'm documenting it, and I really want to make a push. I'm motivated. So after this broadcast, as I try to like plan my week, I want to start to schedule things like I'm going to be scheduling my sleep. I want to be scheduling my workouts while I'm excited about what I'm going to eat. And I'm just really hoping that I get a lot more clarity in my day of what I need to do, what's important, what should I avoid and evade, to stick to the the 10% that yields 90% of the results, instead of thinking of the overall picture and thinking, I'm going nowhere, getting nothing done, and this is hard and impossible. So I want to lean on what I'm eating. I want to schedule the working out. I want to schedule the sleep, and then I want to try to get more organized. And then I want to, improve my eyesight and my weight and get clarity in what I'm doing, and then really, excel to showcase the lifestyle of how well it works and what it could really do for somebody.
Great. I'm also excited to get you some simple fitness techniques and exercises that you can do as part of your morning routine that'll kind of open your brain up quicker, open your body up, and they're small little hacks of just simple things you can do in certain orders that help with your fitness regimen that without having to go to extremes so that you're so tired from running that you can't maintain your day, or you go to some sort of crazy hot yoga thing and you're so
Yeah.
exhausted that you can't maintain your day and you're just running on adrenaline that's pumping out. So we'll talk about that as we go. So how willing are you to engage in regular exercise, simple fitness, or walking routines?
10.
10.
I'm all in, Tom.
How have your moods in general been? Do you experience more anxiety, depression, fear, or anger than you would like? Or is it all love?
I mean, it used to be all love, but as time marched on, it started to be all those things, man. Just because you think in your mind nothing worked out, I'm not where I need to be, I'm behind the eight ball to even get started again. So just all those negative feelings and being stuck where all my actions got me, it was just very hurtful. So it's and then trying to use the guilty pleasure of content that doesn't really serve me long term, and having the devices even closer to me, and just absorbing that and letting them run even while I sleep has just been completely out of control, to depression, anxiety, PTSD, and all kinds of like emotional roller coaster type stuff. Like you say, I burn out my adrenals just thinking about this stuff, to a point where I'm just completely defeated, deflated, miserable, unhappy, failure. And that's also left the opening for the bad eating. But I just I'm going to man up. I'm not going to let myself get to the points. I'm going to lean on the lifestyle, and I'm going to take these, little workouts you're going to give me that are just, you got to instantly change your state, and you got to instantly be focused on what's healthy and your highest and best use. So I'm just going to put that in the forefront, and I'm not going to let these negative thoughts creep in anymore.
Wonderful. It's still in the same way. What do you causes the most stress in your current life? How do you handle it?
Um, how do I handle? Well, just, I mean, trying to figure out a plan that, that would be successful to, live the way you think. But you know what I'm saying? Now I got to just forget all that, and I just want to lean on a healthy lifestyle, and then that will take me to all the correct choices I need to make. I can't be stressing about living a lifestyle I want to live that I've been failing at living. I just got to start living it and kind of let everything manifest from there. So I got to give up the control. I got to give up things I thought the way they should have been or could have been. And I just have to just try to just dive into the basics of the nutrition and the organization and the troubleshooting to be able to act correctly to make the right decisions, as opposed to be in an elevated state, making horrible decisions and continuing the torture.
So the next question on here is, what emotional baggage are you carrying with you every day? Past traumas or suffering that you have experienced? I'm going to answer the question for you.
Okay. I mean, you know me well enough. So
to start. So you have a occupation that you call your conventional job that you don't like, right? You don't like traveling the to and from. You'd like to be doing production, producing content, media. You've had some betrayals from others that led to mental abuse and to you at times labeling yourself as a failure. But I would like you
Yeah.
to bring into this room
Okay.
all these people that you said you've collaborated with,
Yeah.
or you've brought together and didn't feel that you were given credit, or bring in the people that put you down, kicked you out of something, that made you feel like a failure.
Okay.
So whether they were people you produced something with, are they all in this room?
Yeah, they're here.
Is the room big enough for all of them?
I feel like I can nail them in here.
All right, they're all in here. Is there something that you want to say to these people right now that you haven't said, and therefore they're occupying space in your head, and when you try to sleep at night, you're dwelling on these people, but they're all in the room right now?
Right.
What comes to your heart?
What comes to my heart?
Yeah, and just
Look, I tried my best. I wanted to collaborate with you. I wanted to do something big. I wanted to do some special. Obviously, you had different ideas, and I should have known better. I should have known better to try to put my ideals in someone else, to try to change them to think that they should be more considerate or open or more collaborative. I gotta basically release you from occupying space in my mind. I have to concentrate on myself and go down the health path that I always dreamed of, that got deviated by meeting you guys along the way. And I'm going to do the best I can, and I'm going to learn and take all my new thoughts, systems, and methods from this new lifestyle of learning and being organized. I release you from my mind. I do not think about you anymore. If I see you down the road, so be it. And I just hope that, if people come into your lives and they're nice, and they have ideas and they're trying to help, that you respect them back, and you give as much as you take, man. That's all I would ever ask of you or beg of you. And I just know me, I'm willing to give a lot, all right? And I'm not even expecting to get back as much as I give. I just want to give. I want to be a person of service. I want to live in love and faith and gratitude and hope, okay? And I want to do the best I can. And I just know that the right people will gravitate towards me. And those are the people that I'm going to, spend the rest of my lives with, trying to enhance each other for the betterment thereof, to help this world and help this planet. So please, anyone out there, and I'll leave off with my, when I ran all this by my lawyer, he had the best line that really makes sense of it. He says, there's no good deal with a bad person. If someone doesn't care about you, if they're looking to just take and rob and pillage you, you can't just kind of like stick in the deal and try to get it done like in the movies, like one last caper to get your freedom. It doesn't work like that, man. If someone's not vibrating on your level and in your hearts of hearts that you're coming from love and a place of helping and collaboration, find those people. Don't stay in these deals with people who don't have your best interests at heart. And if it's family or it's close friends, be clever about it. And you're stuck in something, just move smartly to a point where you can eventually move away from them and they don't even realize it. So you avoid confrontation. You avoid them trying to come at you and trying to put you down or saying that you're thinking not right or you're being disobedient with them. Just be tactical and get through it. And in my case, with you people, it's my fault. Okay, I should have realized that you didn't have my best interests at heart, that you were selfish, and that you were trying to just rob and steal everything I presented you. And now I'm going to be smarter going forward. I'm going to put myself first. I'm going to live in the lifestyle. I'm going to be healthy. I'm going to give as much as I can give to anyone who seems to want to be on the same path as me. And I know there's a lot of good talent out there that I can come together with, and our skills will match to a point where we can do exponentially compounding good work that will live through eternity. So again, there wasn't beauty in the journey at the time, but you know what I'm saying? To go forward, I need to make peace with you in the situation. So I wish you love, respect, and peace. And I pray that you respect others as much as they respect you. And I'm at a point where I'm committed to an optimal health lifestyle. And I'm going to lean on that. And I'm going to get all my wisdom and knowledge and prayers and blessings from that. And then I think a whole new thought process is going to develop consciously and subconsciously. And it's going to take me to where I should have been from the beginning. But again, everyone has bumps in the roads. It's just up to us to just deal with them and move forward and not carry these dramas anymore. And I refuse to do it. And I'm excited for my new life.
That was very polite, kind, and gentle forgiveness that you asked for from this room of scoundrels and psychopaths that you gathered here today.
I mean, you just, as much as you want to get even, it doesn't help. I mean, I can't. I mean, honestly, I'll tell you to your face, you're horrible people. I brought you dream situations, opportunities you couldn't find on your own. You guys were lost souls searching. But I figure if we're all in the same boat, we can come together for a common good and we can do good. But some people, you're just selfish and you're about yourself and you wanted all the glory and used money and lies to cover everything up. It was a horrible experience to me. I ate it and dealt with it and absorbed it, and I should have been stronger. And I'm sorry that I presented these opportunities to you. I'm sorry I haven't met you, and I'd like to see where you would be right now if you didn't meet me at all. But I can't stay in this space and give you free rent in my head anymore. I know I have to move on. I have to be strong, and when I live in my truth, and I show proof of concept for this healthy lifestyle, and I'm thriving and I'm winning, I know people are going to get excited. I know we're going to win together. I know we're going to do some fun stuff. So, everything you've done to this point is a lie. You've moved dirty. You're unsavory, disgusting people. And I can't, I got to blame myself, though, for absorbing that and staying in that and not just avoiding and evading you right away and trying to navigate those situations. But time marches on and each moment is precious and all we have is today. And I'm going to take today to live this lifestyle to show it works. And, the truth will reveal itself of who's true to their purpose and what's really working. And, I'm going to continue to go forward, and I am going to evaporate what we've been through, and I'm going to be excited for all my future endeavors. And I can't wait for the people I meet along the way that will completely surpass and make up for these lousy people that I've met and invited to this room today.
So that was a very I love you, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you
Okay.
answer there,
All right.
Oh, light.
Okay.
Before we let these psychopaths
Okay.
out of the room,
All right. What do you want?
why don't you just pick a Mad Lib word and just scream it at them, whatever it may be, like, you screwed me,
Yeah.
I'm done, be gone.
Okay. Yeah.
That would be my version. What's your
Okay.
version? You get 3 things. This is what they did for you. Then you're proclaiming that they're no longer, that you're done with them. And then you're proclaiming that you moved on. And scream it at them.
You narcissist sociopaths. You got no code. You got no integrity. Gave you a chance of a lifetime. And what do? You crap on everyone else around you, and you just want the victory for yourself. Well, forget that and forget you. You're a hater, a naysayer, a detractor, a shit stain on life, man. What a horrible person. But you know what? I can't live in that space. I'm not going to let like attract like. Where law of attraction is, I'm becoming like you because I absorb your energy. No. From now on, I got to practice what I preach. I want to be a healer. I want to be a naturopath. I want to show that healthy living can win. I can't be a victim of what you did to me and be a fat, disgusting, overweight, heavyweight old man. No, I want to be a young, thriving, vibrant, manifesting, loving person, okay? And the only way to do that is to just keep moving forward, evaporate my past. It doesn't exist anymore because I don't think about it. I don't let it embody me. What I'm going to concentrate on now is health and healthy foods and exercises I could do daily to put me instantly in a great state. I'm going to avoid the triggers and the cravings and the guilty pleasures by having systems in place of knowing when those areas can creep in that I'm going to get weak and I'm going to get lonely and I'm going to get discouraged and I can reach for a stretch, an exercise, or a fruit, and I can take a moment with myself into nature and just get some fresh air and breathe and meditate to recoup all my energy and all my strength to act in my highest, best, self-loving, useful way to just overcome any situation that comes my way. All I got to do is eat healthy and not be prey to temptations around the corner. So I'm excited to start this journey. Okay, if anything, I appreciate what you gave me because now I have strength and now I have knowing to detect a wolf that looks at me like a sheep. And when I see the warning signs of someone who acts similar to you, I know either to avoid them or evade them. Okay, I am not going to see the likes of you again in my future. Okay, I'm going to see it coming from a mile away and I'm going to move a different way. So thank you for the intelligence of what you are and what kind of mold you are to somebody, because on the level of dealing with it, I'm not going to emotionally get involved. You hear the mafia movies that you see. It's never business. It's never personal. It's business. That's right. You can't take things personal. It's business. These people don't align with me. I keep it moving. So I'm going to take that wise guy line from the movie, and I'm going to use it. I'm not going to get emotional about people and things that don't serve me. Okay, there's going to be busy bugs and there's going to be weeds in our gardens. We just have to deal with them. We just can't get them when we get emotionally involved with them, and then we get stuck and we're not moving forward, and it clogs in our minds. That's when we ponder them, and then we let them hurt us and thrive and win and get free rent and space in our minds, and they keep winning. But if we deal with the weeds and we deal with the busy bees and we don't get emotional about them, okay, and it's business, that doesn't serve me, I'm going to find something that does, and I keep it moving, then we don't get caught in a detracting bad way and get emotionally caught up where you're drained and eating something bad. So I'm going to protect my core loving self of feeling good and safe. I'm going to be aware of the foods I eat. I'm going to do everything possible to avoid people who act similar to you, so they never consume my energy and they never take time away from what I love doing, of trying to sculpt my body to feel healthy, to thrive, to win, to feel amazing. And thank you for the warning signs. You're dismissed. You may go now. You never need to come back. I never need to see you again. And if anything of the likes of you appears, I know how to deal with it swiftly, quickly, right away. Never get emotional. Never ponder it. Just send it on its freaking way, and you are dismissed.
Powerful words from a powerful man. I'm Tom Whitmire. He's Greg Scott. This is the Sproutstanding podcast. We're talking today about the Optimal Lifestyle for Optimal Health course that I created and have online. Greg's taking the course. You can find that at Sproutstanding.com. Coupon code Greg for $100 off. Again, that's Sproutstanding.com. That's the end of our intake segment. And Greg, I'm going to give you the last word.
There you go, Tommy. Exciting stuff, man. I'm very excited. I'm motivated to lead the lifestyle. I've seen a lot. I've failed a lot before, so I've seen a lot of the past, and I got the right attitude. So I'm coming at that point of view. And, we basically just did my intake. He got deep with me. He asked me a lot of tough questions. I tried to answer them as good as I can, and you can continue to ask me these questions, because the answers will only get better as I get the right nutrition in me and I detox out all the bad stuff and I get further away. And basically, I got to use any traumas as experiences to thrive and win. I'm ready to eat the food. I'm ready to be organized. I'm ready to listen to Tom. I appreciate you doing this intake. I appreciate you sharing with me. And I appreciate you coming along on this journey for me. This is the beginning of the Optimal Life documentary. This is the end of the podcast called That Life. And wherever you are, do your own personal intake. Ask yourself some tough questions. Put it on paper. See little ways you can improve and make things easier for you that seem hard. Seem healthier snacks you could eat along the way. Watch my journey. Contact Tom. He'll help you personally. His hands-on experience is second to none. And on top of that, because he has a tech background, his website is so user-friendly. And he has the videos. If you want a quick video, he has a book that's almost like around 1,000 pages that you can go particularly to a topic and win and be about that intake, healthy, upcoming, loving, natural life.
Have a Sproutstanding day. Aloha.